There are moments in life when something feels wrong. Not obviously wrong. Not in a way you can point at and explain, but wrong in a quiet, persistent way that slowly crawls into your thoughts and refuses to leave. That's how it started. It wasn't a loud noise. It wasn't a shadow moving across the wall. It wasn't even something I saw. It was something I heard. At first, I thought it came from outside. Maybe a neighbor, maybe a distant TV. Something normal, something easy to ignore. A faint sound, barely noticeable, like a whisper buried deep beneath silence. But the longer I sat there, the clearer it became. It wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from my headphones. The strange part, I wasn't listening to anything. No music, no video, no call, just silence. And yet, something was there, a low, almost rhythmic sound, like breathing, slow, controlled, too consistent to be random. I pulled the headphones off immediately and stared at them, waiting for the sound to stop completely. It didn't, because the moment I took them off, the sound continued. But now, it wasn't coming from them anymore. It was coming from somewhere in the room. Behind me, I turned quickly. Nothing, of course, nothing. That's always how these things begin. You notice something. You check. There's nothing there. And you convince yourself it was never real to begin with. I tried to laugh it off. Tried to return to what I was doing. But that feeling didn't leave, that quiet pressure in the air, like the room itself was holding its breath. Minutes passed. Then I heard it again. Closer, much closer. A soft inhale, right next to my ear. I jumped back instantly, knocking my chair into the wall. My heart was racing now, faster than it should be, louder than it had any right to be. I stood there, frozen, staring into empty space that suddenly didn't feel empty at all. Hello, I don't know why I said that. Maybe instinct, maybe fear, maybe the worst possible decision I could have made. Because something answered. Not clearly, not with words at first, but with a sound. A slight shift in the air, a movement I couldn't see, but somehow felt. Then a whisper, so quiet I almost missed it. You hear it too. My stomach dropped. That wasn't my voice. It wasn't an echo. It wasn't imagination. It was something else. Something real. I backed away slowly, every step careful, every movement deliberate. My eyes scanned the room again and again, searching for anything out of place. Nothing moved, nothing changed, but everything felt different. Like I wasn't alone anymore. Like I hadn't been alone for a while. I grabbed my phone, thinking maybe I could record it. Capture proof. Something to tell me I wasn't losing my mind. I opened the recording app, held my breath, and waited. Silence. Perfect silence. I checked the screen. The recording was active. Still nothing. Then suddenly, a spike. The audio levels jumped violently, even though I couldn't hear anything. And then, playback, without me pressing anything. The phone played the recording on its own, and I heard it, clear. Undeniable, 2 sets of breathing. Mine and something else. Right beside me. Before we go any further, if you're still here, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It might not seem like much, but it helps more than you think. And trust me, you're going to want to hear what happens next. Because that was the moment everything changed. The recording continued playing. And then the second voice spoke again, this time clearer, closer, almost overlapping with my own breathing. You noticed I dropped the phone. It hit the floor with a sharp crack, but I didn't pick it up. I couldn't. My eyes were fixed on the space in front of me. Then something impossible happened. The sound moved. Not around me, not behind me, but inside the room, like it had a position, like it had a body. I could track it. From one side to the other. Slow steps, measured, deliberate, circling me. My breathing became uneven. I turned slowly, trying to follow it, trying to face it. But every time I turned, it was somewhere else. Always just out of sight. Always just beyond reach. Then it stopped. Directly in front of me. I knew it was there. I couldn't see it. But I knew the air felt colder, heavier, wrong, and then it leaned closer. I felt it, not touch, not exactly, but pressure, presence. Something occupying the space inches from my face. And then it whispered, not into the room, not into my ear, but into something deeper. Into my thoughts, you shouldn't have listened. The lights flickered once, twice. Then everything went dark, complete darkness. No shapes, no outlines, nothing. Just me and the sound. Still breathing, still there, still close. Seconds passed, or minutes. I don't know. Time didn't feel real anymore. Then the lights came back. Suddenly, harsh, blinding. I blinked rapidly, trying to adjust, trying to regain control. The room looked normal again. Everything in place. Nothing missing. Nothing changed. Except my headphones. They were back on the desk. Exactly where I left them. Except now, they were playing something. A file I hadn't opened. A recording, time-stamped just moments ago, and the title appeared slowly, letter by letter, as if something was typing it in real time. Now, you're part of it. I didn't touch them. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Because deep down, I understood something terrifying. The sound didn't follow me. It didn't enter the room. It didn't come from the headphones. It was never outside. It was waiting for me to hear it. And now that I had, it wasn't leaving. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Not ever again.